Can you hear me?
I can. How are you doing, Dutch?
Okay. Consider all things considered, could be far worse.
You said you're doing well, all things considered. Is that correct?
Yeah, found out Friday I got COVID, so.
Right. Well, that's weird.
Challenge accepted, that.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to... What the heck is happening to my mouse? Okay. So, anyways... Sorry, a lot of distraction going on here. A lot of windows open. Getting your replay render put into my stream folder. Here we go. Okay. So... For those of you guys who don't know, Missouri is one of those ultra-rare ships that, you know, you can't get anymore other than Santa containers and stuff. So. Now, you had it way before, right? So you have the credit modifier too, yeah?
Yeah, it was actually the first ship for me that dropped on, like, my second super container I ever got. So I got it after it was taken out, but it was, like, the first ship I got from Wargaming. So at the start I didn't know what I got until people told me.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, and at this point I'm not sure where to go, either to go towards A or like face towards the 1-2 line. But then I'm figuring, seeing where the Moskva is going in Minnesota, I'd probably more use towards the 1-2 line.
Well, so here's the thing. At this position now, you're not detected, which should tell you something, right? It should tell you that there's no destroyer that went towards A. With your radar, a lot of times getting into, you know, radar range of the entire cap is beneficial because you can light stuff up for your team. Unfortunately, the Giuseppe Verdi is exactly where you'd probably want to be. So yeah, you could keep moving forward. Is the black and smoke? Yep. So he just blocked all vision for that side of the map. So you don't know what's going on over there. Dancing Wave, you need to whisper somebody. So type /W and then space and then at Puddin597. Or Puddin, if you want to just say something in chat real quick, you can click on your name. Oh, Moskva.
Yep.
Okay. Puddin, it's Dancing Wave that's got the problem, right? The private settings. Nice Citadel on the Moskva. He is turning in and slowing. Oh, double sits. You got him right here. You're going to get him right here. Shimakaze torp to Jinan? Wow. Yep, there he goes.
Yep, that's what I like. The thing is, what you said, pointing towards the A cap, I've found out that I tend to get stuck there.
Yeah.
So that's why I try to keep a distance and more like a bit of a wait and see.
Yeah. I mean, it depends, in my opinion. If you've got if you know that you're detected, right? You know there's a destroyer that's probably around there. You got the ability to dive into the island, pop your radar, and at least you get that early information of what destroyer you're possibly dealing with. I mean, you were able to just nail that Moskva, and he clearly wasn't expecting it, so it worked out in your favor there.
Yeah, and here I'm thinking we've got to get out because of the Shima, and I see the Minnesota pushing up, and where I was, I would give him broadside.
Yep. And look at the torpedoes. So there is a destroyer that's over on this side. You see, he didn't go in. Now there's Shimakaze spotted at B. Well, there's only an enemy Shima left, so you know it's the Shimakaze. Okay. And it looks like he's using 20 Columbia torpedoes.
Yeah, the one on my side is.
Yeah.
The other one was the one detected.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this an OG Missouri or is it the nerfed Missouri?
Not the OG. The OG.
Yeah, he was talking about earlier. He got this in a super container. By the way, Dancing Wave says he changed the settings, so see if you can whisper him now. I don't know why I have this thing up here. Must be one of the mods I put on. No, there's no difference between the two ships. It's just that if you get a Missouri now through like a Santa Crate, you don't get a extra credit multiplier. That was the one gimmick when Wargaming sold this ship originally for free XP. They said, well, it's at the time, I believe it was the first tier 9 premium ship, and there wasn't at the time any tier 10s either that were premium ships, and so they made it so that the thing basically prints credits. And they put it on sale for what they thought would be a ridiculous price of 750,000 free XP? I think it was 750,000 originally. And, I mean, a lot of people picked it up, no problem. And then they started breaking the economy. So, Wargaming removed the Missouri from buyable ships, and then when they put it back in the Santa containers, people went nuts trying to get them again. And Wargaming needed a way to remove the credit gain so it wouldn't... Nice kill on the Buffalo. So it wouldn't, keep breaking the economy. So what they did was they nerfed its credit earnings, but then they put a special mission that's supposedly always going to be on. Exactly, Skyring, yeah. In a good game, you can make like 2 million credits. It's just ridiculous what you can get.
I think this one with the green booster ended up with like 1.6.
Sounds about right.
By the way, you're welcome. You're all for the economy changes because it was brought to you by this one ship alone.
Yeah, and here at this point, I'm like, I feel that I have to turn in. But it's a bit of playing chicken with the Shima dropping torps, but he's doing all widespread.
Well, I'd very much like to know what happened to your black. And we were
decided to just run off.
Yeah, I see. So he's trying to play a farming destroyer, and what's the result of that is, I mean, your battleships are getting farmed hard, right? Yeah. Giuseppe Verdi's smoked and he's low.
Verdi was being taken out by the Shima, but because he wasn't spotting the Shima, I figured using my radar would be useless.
Well, the thing is a lot of players don't know about the radar and don't expect it. So you could actually just charge at him. A lot of times too, Shimakaze players try to get to your side. So if you keep going straight at them, or straight at where you think the Shimakaze is going to be, at least, you can oftentimes surprise them and force them to at least make smoke or something and try to turn and run. And that's when you pop your radar and you win.
Yeah, okay, but here was like the the Verdi is in between me and him, and he's not even spotting the Shima. So the Shima
No.
boat is like 12 kilometers away.
Mm-hmm. And because the Giuseppe Verdi smoked and you weren't detected, you know exactly where the Shimakaze is. He's right along the border. He's probably moving north now, towards, yeah, right where you're clicking. Exactly. The Black is using his radar. Good job, Black.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Honestly, with the Black playing the way he is, I probably would have just left this flank altogether. It's not worth running around and, you know, trying to chase after a Shimakaze.
Well, I mean, more importantly, you've got 2 caps.
You
You
don't
don't
need
need
it.
a third one.
No.
The Shimmy is playing long range torping.
Mm-hmm.
So unless he smokes up, your radar will never be used.
No.
Yeah, and here was like, since he was moving north, I felt somewhat safe to go into ACAP.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, you could
And to
actually
see what
use
he
your
was-
radar here.
Yep. I was also going to say, earlier when you were talking about deciding to go to the Shima and you took those torps, the alternate would have been to move kind of south of BCAP because you had the Black and the gearing that could kind of, you know, spot the torps for you. But you sure caught this Johan de Witt off guard, that's for sure. And unfortunately, now you've run into the Shimakaze too. Because you know what that means.
The Shimmy dies.
You hope. Also, you should be using your heal. I like how you shot the Shima after he was dead. You're like, I hate you so much, take that.
Yeah.
Ramstein, thanks for the follow. Love the name.
See, I'll say this though much too. I would have had the AP loaded because everybody was going to shoot the Shimmy, and if he's that low, you just need the guaranteed dot. Then overpens is guaranteed damage.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, the Shimmy let you live because he dropped one set on you, one on somebody else, and then just died.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. But his torpedo salvos were a little off. Like they were pretty staggered. So that might have been the only one he had available at the time.
No, he did send another set.
Did he?
Yeah, at somebody else. If he sent both sets against the Missouri's
Yeah.
dead.
I didn't see that. Okay. And I mean, you're not even going to die to the Alsace, which is crazy to think about. But man, now let's replay that and think about if the Johan de Witt stayed where he was. I mean, you would have probably died easily, and I don't think you would have come away so so profitably there either. So make sure you send that guy a compliment. And now it's just clean up. Jeez. All right, well, let's take a look at the replay render here.
Yeah, for me, why I sent this one in, this one ended up with 2,500 basic speed for me, like 500 ahead of the number 2 on the team. And somehow I didn't feel this game being worth 2,500 basic speed.
Well, I mean, you did almost completely nuke a cruiser, a tier 9 cruiser. What else did you do that would get you that?
Capped.
Capped, yeah.
The Moscow?
Oh, well, yeah, and then you also whacked the Moscow. That's right, at the beginning, right here. So that's what got you all the XP, really, because you did so much % damage to both of those cruisers.
Didn't he nuke Buffalo at the start?
That's right, yeah, you also whacked Buffalo. So that's 3 cruisers that you almost completely... Well, you whacked the buffalo, but you almost completely nuked the other two as well. So. Yeah, right about here. So yeah, I mean, you feel like you didn't do much, but I mean, you did a lot. Yeah, I should probably drop my camera again. So you see all these torpedoes coming. So you know that the Shima is.
What I was gonna say,
Just
look where they
fishing.
die too. I mean, he's torping from 15K out.
Yeah. There they are. So I would have kept going. I would have basically gone to like maybe just south of the rune or something, because there's no need to just keep getting yourself whacked.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, unless it was mission critical, right? Let's say you were losing, and the other flank was losing, yeah, then you absolutely can't leave the flank, you know?
But you can't get a dreadnought unless you take some damage.
Well, very true. Very true. And if you've got adrenaline rush, I mean, hey, there you go. But see the black, I mean, the entire battle, all he did was pop smoke and sit and shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, and didn't feel much use as a DD for him. He wasn't.
Mm-hmm. So, I had an earlier battle, Desta Waits' game, where he's in a destroyer, and we talked about, working with the people that are nearby. He didn't work with the Iowas. He just kind of abandoned them, went off someplace else. In this example, the black isn't working with any of you guys. He's just sitting there doing his own thing. And the problem is when I see a destroyer like that, I mean, I can't support a destroyer like that because I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Like, try to play my own game in this case. Assume the destroyer wasn't there at all. Try and play it as if there is no destroyer and you have to survive on your own.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting is if you did the early radar at the island there, you probably would have caught the Moskva. The Moskva would have then reaction radared himself, caught you, and that might have changed a whole lot of, what happened, right? You obviously wouldn't have surprised him.
Yep. But I have to say that was not in my mind when I decided not to radar.
That was what?
That wasn't in my mind at all when I decided not to radar. Like, it was like, there's nothing in the cap.
Yeah.
And even if there is, there's nothing in a position to shoot whatever is in the cap.
Mm-hmm.
So why waste the radar there? Nothing is spotting me. So I won't catch anything.
I was going to say your rune had some good situational awareness to help the Garion kill the shimmy.
Yep. A lot of good teamwork on the other side of the map, too. Yeah. I mean, it was a good, solid game. A lot of things worked in your favor there. Well, thanks for sending that in and subbing and just being awesome. And I hope you're able to recover well from COVID.
Should be.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for the review, and keep it up.
No problem. I know I'm helping you, I'm helping others, and that, as you know, that's why I'm here. So it's great.